Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's Jessica and today is Franken Friday. And if you hear craziness in the background, Greta is right over there and she is panting and my kids are awake, so you might hear them. They're watching a movie and I don't know if the microphone's going to pick them up or not, but they are definitely out in my living room making a lot of noise watching a movie. But we got to get this done, so I am going to forge ahead. It is going to be a repress day, and I have 3 powder products that I'm going to repress. This is the Smashbox Soft Fusion Lights in Dusk that needs to be repressed. As you can see, I've got massive pan here. I probably should wait until I update whatever project this is in, but I don't remember which projects it is in, and I'm not getting a good application on my brush, so it is going to be repressed. This I did just update in BYOP, and it's starting to crumble a tiny little bit, and it's getting harder to use. So I'm going to repress that one. This one has been repressed before, but again, I use a big fluffy brush, so once the center is out of it, it makes it really hard to use. So I will repress that as well. And then I wish I could remember who suggested repressing this eyeliner. It is a gel eyeliner. It's a little bit messy, but I'm going to repress that into a 26mm pan here and have it take up less space. So you can see as I throw things onto it, it will take up a lot less space in my magnetic palette. So I'm going to clean this up really quick, and then we will, you know what, let's start with the cream. Let's get it out of the way because that is the greatest unknown, and then we're just going to do the basic repress on these things. Be right back. Okay, let's do this thing. I am hoping that I can just scrape most of it out and just press it into here without having to do a whole lot of work with it. That would be ideal. So let's just go ahead and start scraping it in. I think that went fairly well. What I'm going to do is, since there's a little bit more in here, I am just going to set this on the edge of my desk up here, and I will use this tomorrow when I get my makeup on, and then that should be done. And then I will just work out of this right here. It doesn't even fit into a 26mm pan, which that's exciting because that means I've really worked hard on this. So I'm pleasantly surprised that it all fit in here so well, and I'm excited to see how quickly it goes. I feel like it is a lot creamier underneath, so it was kind of nice to do this. So whoever suggested this, I thank you very much, because I think this is going to be much more fun to work on now. All right, let me get cleaned up and we will work on the next one. All right, let's go ahead and start on this one. It is from ColourPop Blush Crush. It is the one. I don't know what I did with my other bottle of alcohol, so I have a second bottle here. So I'm just going to put a few drops in here, and then it should be pretty quick to get this one done. And that's why I normally use a dropper, because everything else is messy. But I can't find my dropper, so we're just going to make do and clean up our mess when we're done. I think more alcohol got on the mat than it did in the product. There we go. Let me just wipe up some of this. Much better. I'm going to try and keep it away from the edges and keep it closer to the center. Easier said than done. Not perfect, but We'll make it work. And it filled up the whole pan anyway. I mean, obviously it's thinner in there, but that's okay. We'll see what we can do with this one. Hopefully it won't last that much longer and I won't have to worry about repressing it again. All right, let me get the next one and we'll start repressing that one. All right, let's go with the bronzer. This is going to take a lot more alcohol, so we'll go ahead and get that in. I really tried to center load this pan as well so that I don't have to repress it as often. So I'm sure it will go closer to the edges, but I feel like the bulk of it is going to be in the center. And that is going to make things a lot easier to use. It'll take longer for me to wear down the center because there's like a little hump in there. And there it is, repressed, ready to dry, and go back into my makeup basket. That should be dry in no time, especially because I usually keep a dehumidifier running overnight and whenever we take showers and stuff like that. So yeah, this shouldn't take too long to dry. Let me clean this up and we'll get on to the last one. This one should take no time at all. There's hardly any in here. So I'm just gonna carefully try to get some alcohol in here without drowning it. And I might have just drowned it, but that's okay. We'll press out what we don't need. And I'm going to use the pointy side because it's hard to get this stuff out of the edge. This is one I would love to have done in the month of September. So if I make it easier to use, that's more likely to happen. Yeah, there is very, very little in here. I am not upset with that. There's just so little. Look at that. I wonder if this will fit in there. Of course not. Why would it? That would be too easy. I feel like something should fit in there, but maybe my pinky. That's the one. That's the one that fits. And there it is. We are done. Super simple repressing. Let's do it like that. So this is just a metallic purple gel liner from the Profusion Eyes Trendsetter palette. This is from the Coastal Scents 88 palette. And again, this is Smashbox Soft Fusion Lights in Dusk. It is a bronzer, a Franken bronzer because it was a little too glowy for me. And then this is from ColourPop Blush Crush, and that is the one. So nice little repressing session here. It needed to get done. Short and sweet, quick, but sometimes that is the best Franken Friday. I'm sure I will have some more chaos coming up for you soon, but sometimes you just got to get these mundane tasks out of the way. All right, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And until I see you on my next video, have a beautiful day.